Hi folks. Right, so after the last video, I'm going to make something clear again. Very clear. Hopefully. If God wants somebody in your life, that person will be in your life. Which is why cutting people from your life or walking away from relationships is not a bad thing. It's not a hurtful thing, and it's something that is a good idea to do, especially when a relationship comes across as bad, or it comes across as if there's nothing there. There is just no relationship there. Yeah, because if you're walking away from a relationship, it's just like me walking away from Bambini, who is in this video. What's he going to do? He's going to follow me. Right? I can't really walk away because he's going to follow me. He's supposed to be by my side, so therefore he's going to be. I can try and walk away, but he's going to be there. Someone who's supposed to be in your life right now will be. You can try and walk away, but they're going to walk side by side with you. Right? Yeah. And they're there for a reason, for a purpose. Especially if you have a relationship that doesn't feel good. Yeah, if that person is still in your life after you tried to walk away, they're there for a purpose. And if you can understand that God has brought into your life for a purpose, well then that's good. Because you can just let the purpose happen. Now, and stop trying to fight it. Because we try and fight it, we try and run away from situations that aren't good and try and force that person away. And if God wants that person there, that person is going to be there. Otherwise, if that person does basically leave, God's going to have to bring someone like them, but worse maybe. You know, to get your attention, or to get that purpose to happen a bit quicker next time. You know, if there's something that needs to happen in your life, it's going to happen. If God wants to use someone to make it happen, he's going to use someone to make it happen. That's the reality. And that's the thing that people need to understand. Don't be afraid to walk away. I say this whole idea that there's people now in the church who, if they were there at the time of Christ, when Christ was saying to the disciples, if you go into a town or a village and you knock on a door and these people aren't welcoming you, shake the dust from that town off your feet and don't ever go back. Then they say, but we can't do that because we look bad if we do that. Yeah, excuse me, don't argue. Don't argue with God. Not a good idea. But there are people who think they will look bad if they do that. Look, you're going to look bad in some situations anyway. You can't control it. If you're afraid of looking bad, God is going to make you look bad. Because you've got to be able to deal with looking bad. Because, you know, if the world thinks you look bad, okay, that's a good idea. Why? Because they thought he, Yeshua, looked bad, right? If they think you look good, that's a bad thing. Yes? Yeah. Yeah. You have to work very hard to mess up God's plans. If God has plans for your life and he wants to involve people, you have to work very hard to mess those plans up. Okay? and you don't think that God knows you, you don't think that God has added you and the way you are to the equation, yeah. 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 Basically, God told me years ago, about 25 years ago, that you can only really help people when they're ready. Only when they're really hungry, really ready, bursting at the seams, and been bursting at the seams for a while, can you really help them? Because for them to be prepared to do whatever it takes, they have to be ready. And that's true. Very true indeed. Because tested it. When they're not ready, it don't bloody work. Because it hasn't recently, no. Right? When they're not ready, all it is a headache. It's nothing else. When they are ready, my God, the things you can do. So 25 years ago, what happened in that situation was amazing. Amazing. The lady then, yep, fantastic. Absolutely amazing. Helping that lady, and she was so full of crap and so weighed down. Addicted to all these different medications and drugs, and there was so much darkness in her. And yet when she left, she was free of all of that, a different person. And it took, as I say, about 40 minutes, that's all. That's it, that's all it took, is about 40 minutes. And as I say, with me, jeez. I've been going to God and going to God and going to God and going to God and going to God. I was very hungry, very ready, pushing. By the time it got to September 2021, all I had to do is ask those questions. Who are you and who am I? And bang, the door opened. All the answers came. And all that hatred I had towards the neighbours, gone. Gone. And in a split second. Not in hours, in a split second. Yeah. Just gone. It just all went away. It was there. It was very, very prominent and there for a couple of years. Absolute hatred towards these people. And it just went. Because when you're ready, when you're really ready, when you're really hungry, boom, things happen. How it went into that, I don't know. But certainly in the future, it is very much a case that one thing I am going to do now is say, people have to be ready. People have to be ready. They have to basically be begging me to help them, to bring them through that. They have to be that ready. Otherwise, I'm just not going to bother, because it's too much of a headache. Trying to help that woman who basically said she was ready, and then she runs back to the church and she plays silly buggers with me all the time, trying to act as if she's equal, or she brings something stupid which is just irritating. And then she plays silly buggers again. Come on, no. It's just no. If she was ready, none of that would have happened. None of it. She'd have been in a position where she was ready, she would have received. She wouldn't have tried to fight, she would have received. And that's the point. You can help people who are ready to receive, you can't help people who aren't. And it's a good point. And even with that understanding, if God wants me to help someone who doesn't seem to be ready, because again, if you're saying someone has to be ready, that might be according to your understanding or how it looks to you. Now, somebody might not be how it looks to you, but if God is saying, that person, deal with them, help them, you're going to do it because he's going to keep pushing that person towards you. And you're going to know, okay, it's him. Yeah, okay. And so you do it. But you make sure you test it. You don't just do it. From now on, no. Yeah. Unless it's obvious it's God doing it, that person has to be ready. I think that's the thing now. Because, yeah. But yeah, understand that point. God is in control. You have to work very hard to muck it up. Because he knows you. He knows what you're like. He knows how you react. He knows how you're going to panic sometimes and whatever. How you're going to try and run away when things get hard. He knows that. He knows that when someone comes at you in a certain way, how you're going to react. That's all in the equation. He knows all of that. It's already weighed up. So you thinking that you can muck up his plans? No. If that's the case, he's not a very good God, is he, really? If he doesn't know you and doesn't put you into the equation of things happening in your life, then, yeah. So, yeah, understand that. And take notice of the lessons that he's giving you. Yeah. We've all got to do that. So, there you go. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Be a blessing and be blessed. Have a fantastic week ahead. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.